Friends, joining us for our last broadcast from New York Auto Show is our old friend of the show.
What's up?
Larry from AMMONYC.
We've done a lot of shows together.
I literally, just no joke, I just ran into each other.
Yes.
And of course, at the Porsche booth, because we're both freaks.
Uh-huh.
So now Larry says that's his future car.
It's actually on loan from my collection of Zero to Porsche, so yeah.
Now, normally I would give him crap and say, no, it's my future car, but this one is not fitted with a manual transmission, so
Yes.
It is indeed his car because I just found out, A, he's an old man now.
I am.
B, because he's a parent. Congratulations.
Thank you. 14 months.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Wild
can't
and crazy.
believe it.
You know what his first word is? Take a wild guess.
Wax.
No, you would think so.
Yeah, I would think so.
Car.
Oh, you're already a good parent.
Yes.
That's why we
He
love
goes,
this guy.
Car. So I'll take it as car.
Okay. So why don't you give us a little walk around? Let's talk about some design things.
Right.
Because we're going to talk about two cars. We're going to talk about this one as well as the Sport Turismo. We both have strong feelings on both, but that one in particular. So I'm going to turn the camera around. Let's go together with Larry. So first off, tell us, what is it, and go from there.
Okay, so brand new GT3. It's now a 4.0, which is,
So up from 3.8.
Yes, they made a 4.0 in the last couple of years, but now this is a full-on production versus the, Can they hear me at all?
They can hear you because the mic picks us both up.
I remember my mic issue. I thought you'd get a joke. Remember that issue with my mics?
Yeah.
This stripe here, I think, is super duper tasteful. The
I love
seat is
that.
amazing. There's nothing like crazy new about the seat, but more importantly, it is an automatic. Now, I know that's controversial about
What the hell is wrong with you?
stick versus. We both know how to drive a stick, right? Yes.
You do.
It's fantastic
And you
on the
have
track.
a proper Porsche.
Right, and it's amazing, it's great. I want something that I can drive daily where I can just get in, start the car, and go. And I know that sounds like, well, why can't you just do it with a stick? I live in New York. And now I moved to Connecticut technically, but I'm in Connecticut, New York. I drive around here to sit in traffic.
Should I tell them your dirty secret?
No. What's my dirty secret?
The Subaru.
What about it?
You have a Subaru.
I do have a Subaru.
It's a horrible thing.
Oh my gosh.
Car guy shouldn't own Subarus.
It's my wife's. Give me a break.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the Porsche.
Back to the Porsche. I'm a huge fan, and I've spoken to Farah, I've spoken to Musto, I've spoken to everybody, and we both agree. I guess we're just getting old and lame.
Oh, even Musto likes this car.
Oh,
and
he said this is the
Mr.
car.
Angry, he's a muscle car guy,
Yeah.
and Musto loves this thing.
There's just something about it. I drove the RS, a version of this one, and it's just, obviously it's ridiculous, it's insane, it's amazing, but so the controversy of, I always felt really weird about saying, hey, I don't want a stick. I officially do not want a stick in this car. I want an automatic.
That's quite a bold statement.
And what's even cooler is they're coming out with the stick. So I think the 2015s and 16s will plummet because the knuckleheads just want the stick. And
That's actually a really good point.
That's why we're sitting and waiting. We're going to let all the crazy people dump their
to get the stick.
Yeah,
and of course, I will be one of the people that would wait for the stick and pay stupid money.
Pick one up for 125, not this, the older,
The 991.1 version,
.1.
the 3.8.
Yes, automatic, white, black wheels. If you can get one for like 125, you have stolen the car. So,
Now,
you want to see some things on the car?
Yeah, show me some things, because let's start with the front here. They cleaned up the front. If I'm honest, it looks a little bit more handsome than the previous car. They changed up the front bumper.
I think the grille itself, the material is a little bit different. I don't think there's too much, maybe this part right here, but what you can really see is the back. There's a whole ton of changing of the
Let's
back.
go back and check that out, because they definitely changed the engine cover.
Yeah, this is different.
Jeez, that's totally ram air injection.
Yeah, and it's matte. This isn't painted. It's matte.
Oh, that's awesome. The texture on this, guys, this is like totally unfinished plastic, like it's
the
a race car.
contrast. It's the contrast between
It's
these
wonderful.
two really kind of stick up. I like that a lot. I think
means-
the old one had some grates or grills or vents or whatever, but they weren't like, this is the main accents on this.
Okay, I
And
can't
it
really
matches
resist.
this.
I gotta ask, you're the detail guy. If you're keeping a car like this on the road, how would you care for this?
You can't put wax or anything on this.
What would you do to wash it?
You wash it, and you can do some things to protect it. Like I have a product naturally called Hydrate that you can put on there. It's all good, but you can't wax this, you can't polish it. You can, but it's going to turn shiny, and that defeats the purpose of it.
And then this is the same texture as this.
It matches.
That's a wonderful touch.
The
Love
light-
the design repeat
The
there.
light is different here.
So it's like a gray in here,
Right.
is what he's referring to.
Before, there was a little bit more of a jut out here,
Yeah.
and there wasn't this grill here. So that's kind of the difference.
Okay.
That's like the main
And
difference.
what do you think now? Have you noticed that Porsche, they went away, the sport exhaust used to be separate on the outside of the bumpers.
Right.
Now, if you get a sport exhaust, which this one obviously is fitted as standard, it's always in the center now.
Yeah, I kind of dig it, and I also like that they go black here because within 2 seconds,
I love
if you
that.
just go like this, boom, you're shot. You
And
know,
of
you
course,
gotta be
I'm going to ask again, how do you keep like a stainless steel or a chrome tip clean?
You can, like when I'm doing the wheels, so I do wheel 1, do the beginning to the end, wheel 2, wheel 3, or wheel 4,
Yeah.
and then when I'm done, I use the same thing that I'm doing for the wheels on the exhaust.
Okay.
That's the process for me. So I use all my wheel cleaning tools.
For the exhaust.
For the exhaust.
That's
same
cool.
Thing. Yeah,
Okay.
It's kills 2 birds with 1 stone.
Okay. The wheels are very much the same as the
there's nothing-
991.1 GT3. The
The
center
combination
locks.
of color versus black. I just love these in black. I've seen these.
So do I.
in, it's not the chrome color. What's the other color it's on?
Oh, it's like a nickel finish. It's
Right.
like a graphite. Yeah.
I think it's cool, but I think they get, it's a Porsche. They're going to get dirty really fast.
Yeah.
And I kind of like the
Especially with the red with the black wheels.
white with black wheels, red with black wheels.
Hey, did
anything
you
with
know
black
that
wheels.
Farah wanted to buy an F-Type and he was going to do the black wheel, like diesel F-Type?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what he's going to get. Yeah.
We had to have a therapy session, so I called him and Musto, like, why do I feel like I want to get one with the paddle? We're like, ooh. Everyone's like, we did the same thing, we do too. It was like
Okay.
a virtual hug.
Okay, hold on a second. Note to self, when I get back to California, slap Matt across the face for wanting to get an automatic-equipped Porsche. Okay, let's continue. Why don't you get in the driver's seat here?
I don't know if
Show
I'm
him.
going to get out, though.
That's the only problem, man. Okay, so let's show him some details in here because when you get into a GT3 model, it usually changes out, it gets more suede. See that? You got the carbon. What do you think of carbon on dashes? Do you like it?
I don't really look at it. I think it's cool, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't be like something I would go out and put like, if it was a $1,000 option, no way.
You wouldn't do
But I
it.
have to have Alcantara. I'm a huge
On the steering
fan.
wheel,
Yes,
absolutely.
I'm just a fan of that.
Do you know if it's fitted as standard with the Alcantara on the wheel?
GT3? Yes.
Okay.
And
how do you care for this? How do you keep this looking lively over many years?
that's a good question. So the oils in your hands are the ones that really cause the issue. So you have oils in your hands, which everybody does because we're humans. And as you're driving, you actually, you're doing a lot of this. So what it does is that if the Alcantara looks like this, you mat it down. And so the way to clean it is there's a product called Shag, or basically a fabric cleaner. And people think that you put the cleaner on and then just rub it. That's not really going to do it. You actually need to use a little bit of a brush to put the fibers back up. So a lot of times in these, once I do that, to dry it off, I'll actually vacuum it very lightly because the vacuuming will suck the fibers back up. That's the problem with Alcantara. It mats over time. But if you keep up with it, and the number one way to keep up with it, wash your hands or wear gloves. I know that sounds crazy.
Sounds like a really time-consuming process.
It's a pain in the butt, but it's Alcantara feels fantastic.
Anything else we're looking
They
at?
changed the screen.
That change was made from 991.1 to 991.2. So that's all 911s. This one also now has Apple CarPlay fitted as standard. Not that you would use it in this car.
And then take a shot at this. You see how there's actual buttons here that I can push? That's really important, I think, to GT3 people and Porsche people, all these kind of buttons.
I agree.
When we go over to the Panamera, whatever.
Oh, I already know where you go. So we'll do
I'm
that.
losing my mind. And so let's go out and look at this thing right here.
Okay.
I'll show you.
And then let's just, before we do that, show them no back seat. Obviously, it's a GT3. They rip out the back seat. You can see that there. I do like the finish there of just having no seat.
Oh, yeah.
This is stunning. I mean, sometime in the near future, I will own one of these. No doubt about it. Okay, so now we're moving on. Let's show them this.
This is what's called dead cat space. And everything to me is very important is dead cat space and how the muffler, the exhaust is lined up. To me, that's the first thing I look at. Now, the dead cat space, it almost looks like this car is on bag, which it probably is.
This one is on bags.
I mean, you can't tell me that's not dropped.
Definitely dropped.
And it looks fantastic.
Looks great.
This
This thing is sinister, man. This is... Your 14-month-old needs to go to preschool in this.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, seriously, that's what I was thinking.
You do?
This car's a turbo. It's $180,000. I mean, that's a
You're
house
a big
payment.
star now. You can afford that.
Yeah. The bigger issue is there's people in the car, so I can't show you. The bigger issue
We'll
is
throw them out.
the inside looks fantastic. The front looks fantastic.
Let's walk around. Come on,
The
let's walk around.
problem, well, we'll go inside and I'll show you what the problem is. What
We'll sit in it together. Look, are these 21s? These are huge.
Monsters.
2135 series tires. Look at this, guys.
Now come around to the front
2135 series.
Here's
Okay.
my favorite part. I get back a little bit, get a little bit low. Now see this line here? This line has been here forever, but watch. It goes down right here. I know that sounds really corny, but to me it extends the whole like aggressiveness of the car. See how it's here?
It
Before they
bulges
stopped
out,
here.
yeah. Smart.
So basically, they took the 2 lines and went all the way down to the bottom.
Very smart, yeah. Now, this is my feeling. Let's stand back a little bit so we can get a little bit wider on the front. I never thought the problem of this car was the front. I always thought the front was attractive. It was the back that was the train wreck. And I feel in the update to the Panamera, so what did it come out? Almost, not a year ago, maybe a couple months ago?
Right.
They cleaned up the back end.
It looks
This
amazing.
is now just a beautiful car with this sort of wagon
It's amazing.
thing.
Here's where it goes all wrong. There's a guy in there, and we'll just talk about it.
Yeah. Well, we'll get it. Well, let's go in the back. Let's look at the back first, and then we'll get this guy out of there.
So
This is the beautiful part. So take a look at what they've done here. So once again, we've talked about this before. A pillar, B pillar, C pillar, D pillar. But what they've done, it's not a full-on estate. They've extended out the D pillar, and it takes up all this extra space, so you don't have so much of a daylight opening, but you get this stunning sculpture that the car terminates.
Like that wagon feel from
Yeah.
the old school wagon that was like gangster on bags.
Absolutely,
I
yeah.
think it looks awesome.
Okay, get in there. Get in there. Let's get in when we get a chance. Get on the other side. Okay, Larry and I are getting in the car together here. Panamera Turbo, so for the avoidance of doubt, this is the fancy turbo model. Okay, so camera around. Okay, so we got Larry.
All right, so it feels like a normal Panamera Turbo. It's great, and I love that feeling, so that's
Yeah.
a good thing. The problem for me,
Okay.
all of the camera back here and shoot all the way up. There was buttons all over the place, and I love that. I felt like I was on a fighter jet.
Yeah.
So now it's all, kind of like Apple-ish or whatever, which is cool. Everything is flat screen. And if you look at any car nowadays, everything is a big flat screen. To me, what is this called? It starts with an H.
Tactile feel.
Tactile feel. It must have called it something with an H. I couldn't.
Haptic feedback.
Haptic feedback.
Yeah.
I really.
Musto knows what haptic means?
Yeah, I know. I had a dictionary with him.
He's a dinosaur.
Yeah. So I really don't like this. If there was buttons like this on everything,
Yeah.
I'd be sold. This is too modern. I feel like I'm just an old person trapped.
So let me switch it out here. I have to concur with Mr. MotoManTV here because you guys, we've talked about this in multiple Porsche episodes, how I prefer how Porsche, they went away from, you know how BMW introduced the iDrive?
Yes.
They were the first ones to do this unified controller.
Right.
It kind of works now, but I'm like an aviation enthusiast. And the reason why planes today still have a lot of buttons is because you have that tactile feedback.
right.
You don't have to look at the button because you're flying an airplane.
Right.
You need safety.
Right.
This is a 5,000-pound car.
Missile.
I don't need something to look slick.
But look
I
at
need,
it. It's
I
all
need
boogered
this.
up. Look at your fingerprints.
Yeah, so this
That's
is
gonna
the
drive me insane.
Well, when you and I are both we're OCD. I mean, that's our problem.
Can you get that on camera?
I can totally get that.
Look at these little boogers
Yeah.
everywhere. I'm not touching that. That's crazy.
Now, I'm going to disagree with you on one thing. I love the shape of the dash. I think they've cleaned it up, the dash. Not that it was bad.
It feels very Mercedes. You know, Mercedes has the
Has the width of the dash now.
Yeah. It's
Do you know why everybody does that nowadays?
No.
They put these dash, instead of, remember how it used to be angled towards the driver? Like old school BMW?
Right.
They've gone away from that because they're trying to accentuate width in design without actually making the car wider. That's the trick.
Oh.
That's why they do it. But I love this design, and notice a couple of things. They still kept a real Porsche tachometer in the center. Notice it's not TFT, but they went to TFT totally on
all
the
the
side.
other ones, yeah.
Yeah, where previously only one gauge was the TFT.
I remember that.
And that was like a smart thing. And then notice here, they put some more beauty into this, like, sport chrono clock. Look at how detailed it is now. It's almost like a Swiss watch.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I
if
like
they did
these.
more of this everywhere, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, I like this. I totally agree with you. This was a major step backwards. I think they should have done. Matter of fact,
feel that. That's
remember how
awesome.
the GT3 over there, it had just like black buttons?
Yes.
If it was all just these toggle switches like an old E-Type, imagine how cool that would be.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, here's a suggestion. You and I should campaign Porsche to make it at least an option package to replace all this with just these toggle switches.
I bet you 50% of the people would, if they had the option, they would get it.
I mean, because you know how much money they make on options on these things. They're stunning.
And what's weird to me is, I'm going to be a little bit controversial, is like the person who can afford a $180,000 car is probably not a 20-year-old who like is used to all these iPad touch things. Like, don't you think they want, like, I don't know. I want this, and I'm not 100 years old. Like,
Someone says it would be a $2,000 option. Also, someone says that I made that up on the fly as I'm going.
what?
The thing about the buttons.
How do you know that?
And someone said I'm getting comments.
Oh.
People are getting comments.
Hello, comments.
Yes. You know, YouTube commenters. There they are. I got tons of shit for being too honest about the Navigator review I did yesterday.
Oh.
They didn't like how
Well, buy more.
Yeah, apparently I should. Do us a favor, sit in the back so we can see what you look like back there. Because you're, what, 6'3"?
Yes.
Okay, so get in there. We've got someone from Brazil over there.
Ah,
Hello again.
hello.
Yeah. Bom
We
dia.
have bom dia.
Yeah. Oh, como vai você?
Welcome. We don't have too much room here.
So
but
everybody
it's
say hello. Are you from Brazil or Portugal?
Yeah, I'm from Brazil.
Brazil. We love Brazil.
And you?
From California.
California.
Yes.
Good place.
Yes,
Kind
where-
of Brazil.
Kind of. Where are you in
Where?
Brazil?
São Paulo.
São Paulo.
The
Beautiful.
city is closed, São Paulo. It's
Big-
Vinhedo.
Okay. Been down there. Lovely place.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Nice
What's
to
your
meet
name?
you. My name is MotoMan. What's your name?
Michelle.
Michelle. Nice to meet you, Michelle.
Hey guys, hello.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Okay.
Enjoy it.
We're going to get Larry in here. Larry, come on in. Okay, you guys got to meet lovely Michelle from Brazil. Okay, so you're sitting behind yourself. What do you think? Can you fit in there?
Yeah, I can fit in there. I think this is aggressive.
Why don't you close the door so I can see it better? 'Cause come back there and check it out as
I
well.
think this is aggressive. I mean, it's awesome. I feel like I'm in a plane.
Okay, let's take a look.
It's actually
You
more
don't
button
look
back.
terrible.
No. I'm relatively comfortable, and I'm sitting normal, not like super slouched.
Actually, I'm not terrible either. I still got. Matter of fact, I'm pretty good. Now, I do believe they haven't announced it, but I think they're going to do the long wheelbase version in the Sport Turismo as well. And look at this. This is fitted with a suede headliner. All the turbos have the suede headliners.
This
I
is
fitted
this
a
is
scatter.
too much.
It's too much.
This is.
It's too much in your face. Does
Yeah,
it, does
I mean,
it
it's like-
fold away? Oh, you know what? It comes out. You can release it. Let's look at this. See this? Actually, it's... Oh, no, it doesn't. Only this piece comes out. See what happens there? You still have this. And then you could take the tablet out. See, I don't know if you guys can see. We don't have much light in here, but you can see what we're talking about.
Yeah, you can shoot this one.
Yeah, let's see what you got there.
So this is the tablet that comes out. That's actually not what I thought would happen. That's pretty interesting.
So you realize we could get some free tablets here. I don't know if you're aware of that. Do you need a tablet? You get
No,
a-
no, I'm good. Especially we're live on YouTube. That's
Yeah, I
all.
don't want to steal it here. Okay, I don't know how to get it back on here.
Here.
Why don't you do that, because while I got the camera going. And then we'll go look at the back. Oh, before we get out, look. The toggle switches are indeed up at the top as well.
There's actually more toggle switches, technically.
Oh,
more.
look at that. So this is exactly what we want.
More here than there are on the front, which
Yeah.
is really.
Other than that, I do love the interior.
It's great.
Yeah.
I love the
really
car. I
love
love
the
the
interior.
outside the most.
And notice this one's fitted with this beautiful wood finish here. Wow, that's stunning. And then you can see the leather on the top of the door panel. So this one's fitted with a full leather. Larry said this one was about $180,000. I would argue this is more like $225,000 with all the options. So let's check this out. Okay, there's some storage in there. I don't think Kumo could fit in here, but you can. Oh, it's fitted with a Burmester stereo. There's a subwoofer.
This is an expensive car.
This is definitely an expensive car, but it looks. It's so. It's
It's
elegant and sinister at the same time.
No, the outside, I'm sold. The inside is good, but I think a massive drawback of this.
And then look at the finish here. The color and trim, but also the way they do the stitching. They've got this little detail in here, in between the different indentations on the leather. Okay. So, there we are. What else? Any parting thoughts here on this?
Nope. Just keep them clean.
Keep them clean. Okay, that's what you have to do. Okay, so we're going to leave you with a question. And the question is this, and this is a tough question.
All right.
If you had to choose, you absolutely, positively had to choose one of these two cars. Cannot have both. You can have them fitted any way you want, any color, any option. They can be
Forever?
forever. Which one would you choose? Maybe not forever, but if you had to choose between the two.
The GT3 all day long. I'd only hesitate on this one because I would like to have a car where I can bring my son in. You know, you can't bring a kid in the GT3.
I'm sure you could strap them in, find a way.
I'm sure my wife would not be thrilled with that.
Yeah, your wife would drive
I
a
would still
Subaru.
say GT3 because then I just buy a Subaru as my,
Okay.
which is the family.
So you would you're split still, but it sounds like you're leaning towards GT3.
GT3.
For me, I would choose the GT3 with a stick all day long, no doubt about it.
Yeah, not
as
stick
much as
though.
I love this.
Yeah.
We're going to disagree on the stick thing.
Yeah, all
and I'm
right,
going to
we're
slap
gonna-
Farah around for that. It's so tough for me to say no to this because I love that they build this, and let's stand back so they can see it. I love that they built it, and to me it's the stick.
Yeah,
that,
get the shot from there. I
Yeah,
mean, it
let's-
looks cool.
let's
It's
just-
definitely.
yeah. Let's turn this around here. God, man, look.
Yeah. Right here.
I didn't even notice
Right
how
there
low
is
it
it.
was until you pointed it out.
Yeah. So when
Okay,
you look
just
at a car,
look at
for
this
me,
profile.
When you look at a car, it's right here. It's the dead cat space.
Yeah.
Which is your dead cat, the wheel space, and then where the exhaust is. Whenever I look at a car, those are the two things that pop up. Look at that.
God, man, that's
This fender.
stunning.
Right at the wheel line. That's perfect. And you can look
Okay.
at any other car here that doesn't sit right. Like even that one over there.
Yeah, the 718 Cayman.
Look at the space between the two.
Yeah.
That's just way too much space.
Even the one that see the Panamera S over there.
Yeah,
look
way
at how
too
much
much
space
space.
is on that one there too. Wow. Okay, so for me it would be the GT3 because it's a stick. I mean that's just my religion.
Right, but that's not a stick.
This is not a stick. Do you realize that there was a Cayenne you could have gotten a stick for a while?
GTS.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never driven one. I'd love
I
to
wouldn't
drive
have gotten
it.
out of here.
Okay, so that's our choice. He's doing GT3 with automatic. I'm doing GT3 with a stick. If you had to choose between whichever one, and as I'm telling you this, there are nothing but RX-7s on the screen over there.
Right, I'm reading your comments. Ammo and Moto, great combo, great video.
We love Larry. Larry's been on the show a bunch of times before. We actually talked Cadillacs.
We did.
We had the Peterson. We did a bunch of things.
We did podcasts. I can't even
We got to
remember.
hang out more often, yeah. Anyway, I love this guy. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Always good seeing you. Congratulations, man. I'm so
Thank you,
excited
thank
you're a
you.
parent. I got to come up and meet your child.
Yes.
What's your son's name?
Wes.
Wes.
Wesley,
Okay, I got to
yes.
meet Wes Ammo NYC.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Okay. So comments below or MotoManTV all one word, MotoManTV all one word, or what's your Twitter? How can they find you?
Ammo NYC.
It's very simple, Ammo NYC. Two things, make
Wes.
sure you subscribe and click notifications. YouTube completely has screwed up.
Young KC, I like that guy.
Young KC, he's a good man.
Larry legit.
Yeah, you are legit. Anyway, second thing, a fun fact, I already told it to you. His wife drives a Subaru, and I've never seen her drive it. I've only seen him drive it.
Hey.
So I don't think it's his wife's car. So until we see you next time, man, thanks.
Yes.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Happy Easter. Good seeing you.
Yes.
Fish Beta, the whole thing. Until I see you guys, this is the last from New York Auto Show. Go and watch the Polestar First Drive review, which was live today as well. Until I get to see you guys next time, Fish Beta.